Welcome to part 4 of what if Goku and Vegeta were sent to Earth. Thank you to everyone who's watched, and before you click off, please if there's a chance, and if you haven't watched the last ones, just watch them. Okay, so last time we left off with Frieza being destroyed by Vegeta and the introduction of Cooler in this story. So, Vegeta is still distraught that his own brother has died until he hears a message in his head. It's King Kai saying that Goku is on his planet, and you hear Goku and Vegeta talking, and you see Vegeta saying how much he misses Goku. As Vegeta, throughout the years, has learned to think of Goku as a brother. Okay, so while Goku and Vegeta are talking, Cooler is plotting. He knows that these Saiyans are powerful, but he knows that with enough training he can beat them. And Cooler is very strong, and Cooler is actually like one of the only people in like the Frieza waves that has ever been seen. Like it was the first one ever seen to train. So I believe Cooler would train a lot more if he heard the power of these guys. So I'm gonna have a much stronger Cooler in this story. But let's not talk about that for now. So Goku and Vegeta still think they're fine, but King Kai tells them that Frieza's not the only one, and that he has a brother and a father, but the father's dead, and Goku and Vegeta wonder who, and King Kai tells them that it was Cooler, Frieza's brother. So these guys think Cooler's a monster, because Cooler, he isn't the nicest guy, is he? So Goku and Vegeta realise they have to train. So Goku should be training off-world for a bit, and Vegeta asks when Goku would like to be revived. Goku says, maybe give it like a year or two, because when you're in the afterlife, like it's in Dragon Ball, it's so easy to get overpowered when you're in the afterlife. Because like Goku, I think it was the 7-year time period from Cell Saga to Buu Saga, he got so much stronger than any of the people on Earth. So Goku should just be staying there for a bit, and Vegeta should go back to the gravity chamber and that. Going to extreme heights, training as much as he can, because Vegeta knows the power of the Super Saiyan now, so he's going to use that as much as possible. And Goku has kind of seen it from the afterlife, because of course King Kai would show it, because Vegeta is his brother. Well, they think of each other as brothers. So you see Vegeta and Goku, they're getting insanely powerful. Vegeta's base form, because he was very injured in his fight against Frieza, I'd say his base form, after the fight with Frieza, his base form probably went up to about 20,000-30,000. Yeah, probably about that. And Goku died, so he probably didn't get a Zenkai boost, but he's in the afterlife where pretty sure they have like insane stamina or infinite stamina, I don't know. Vegeta's power level, right, so after this time period, I'm going to say that there's about a year, maybe 2, because Cooler's training, so there's about 2 years. Oh, and I may have forgot to mention that Trunks and Gohan have been born. I haven't forgot about them. It's just there wasn't really much room for them. So they've already been born, and Trunks has been training with Vegeta, and there's a much older Trunks in this time period, of course. So Trunks is about maybe the same age. I'd probably say Trunks is about a year older than Gohan. So Gohan and Trunks train together, and I'd probably say Trunks is stronger, but I'd probably say Vegeta, they get trained like just as much. Vegeta trains both of them. He doesn't have all the time in the world because he has to train by himself to protect the world. I wouldn't say they have Super Saiyan yet, but I think they both have Atari, because I feel like that's one thing Vegeta would want to teach them, because as of their potential, Atari is insanely good for them, and they both have rage boosts. They're both like original Gohan. Because Kid Gohan had much more character development than Kid Trunks and Goten, so it's probably better to make Trunks like Gohan than making Gohan like Trunks. Okay, so Trunks is also a little bit less spoiled. He actually gets trained in that, and he's seen death, so he knows all that stuff. So I'm gonna make him a lot less spoiled in this. But yeah, they both know Atari, and Vegeta's been training with Super Saiyan. He's mastered it. I'd probably say he's about grade 2, maybe even grade 3. I wouldn't say he's grade 4, just because I think that would be highballing him, but he still has Atari, and he was thinking about combining Super Saiyan and Atari, but he doesn't think that it's good enough yet. Goku is still off planet. He's trying to learn Super Saiyan, but he doesn't know that anger's a big trigger for it, so it's been very difficult. So I'm gonna say there's about I did say 1 or 2. I'm gonna say there's a 2 or 3 time gap until Goku comes back. He's back on the planet, and we hit as King Kai has told everyone that Cooler will be there very soon. Okay, so Goku and Vegeta ditch training as soon as Goku gets back. But they don't train with Gohan and Trunks. Goku has a nice moment with Gohan, and Chi-Chi. But he can't really train him right now because they really need to train because Cooler is going to be extremely powerful. So we see them train at this point. I'd say their base level, base form, is probably about about 120 mil. I know I might be highballing. Actually, I'm probably lowballing because it was 2-3 years. I'd probably say their base would probably be 200 mil for Vegeta and about 150 mil for Goku. Okay, so Cooler comes down to the planet. He's got his 4 soldiers like in the original. I can't remember what they were called, like the Cooler Force or some. I don't know, some dumb name. I'm not too educated on the movies, but yeah, I'm just putting Cooler in here because Cooler makes a lot of stuff more interesting, and he makes Frieza's race just a lot more interesting. Sorry if I'm really messing up with my speech. I'm not the best at talking, but yeah, here we go. I'm gonna be fair. No one's probably made it to this point in the video, so yeah, I'm gonna just keep going though. So we see Cooler land on the planet, and everyone's already there. They could sense him from a mile away. Cooler's power, I must say he's I would just put him in his supposed final form, even though 4th form, straight away. So I'm gonna say that form is about 500 mil. That's what I'm gonna say that form's at. So it is they think that's his max, and they can tell he's very powerful, but they can obviously beat him because Vegeta's a 200 mil, but even with just Atari he could beat him. So Cooler lands, and you see him walk out of his spaceship, and you see the earth around him start to shatter, and you see lava pour up. That's just how powerful he is. Just by walking with that amount of power, he breaks the floor and he hurts the Earth's core. That's why lava's spewing up. Spew it. How would you say it? Spewing. Yeah, I'm spewing up. I'm sorry. So we see Cooler give him a death stare, and he asks who's the person that killed his brother, and Vegeta says that it's him, but in the cool Vegeta way, that I can't do. So Cooler waits at him, and he says thank you, but that was my job. So Cooler punched him in the stomach. At this point, she hasn't transformed, so that hurts. Vegeta goes flying. It's like in the movie where Goku punches Frieza in Dragon Ball Super Resurrection Earth. But yeah, so now we see Vegeta going flying as Goku knows it's a big deal now, so he goes Atari and he can fight final form. Final form Cooler. To this point, his power level's 1.5 bil. Yeah. And so Cooler gets mad and he rushes over to them, and he instantly goes to his 5th form just before making contact with Goku. And his 5th form, I'm probably gonna be highballing this, but I'm gonna say that his 5th form, just so I won't make this difficult for them, is a 20. I'm trying to think how this would be fair. So I don't know the actual increase to the 5th form in the actual canon, but even though the movie ain't canon, I'm gonna say there's a 20 times increase. So that puts Cooler from 500 million to about 20 billion. I've definitely done that wrong, haven't I? Yeah. Let me think. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that would put him at 10 billion, not 20. 10 billion, which, yeah, so he's at 10 billion now. And you can see Goku and Vegeta are quite shook. So then you see Vegeta power up, and 200 million times 50 is actually the same. So Vegeta's also at 10 million. As we see Cooler start laughing, as him and Vegeta have a proper fight in Super Saiyan. Goku joins in. Yeah, Goku has a Atari 10 times 3 now, so he's done quite powerful. And so then we see Cooler power up a bit more, as you see him say, "This is the power of Cooler." As you see his fifth form starts to be covered in a golden aura as it goes gold, and he says, "This is what I call a golden Cooler." And you see Vegeta and Goku shook by the power. And so Cooler's been training for a long time, so I think he would have achieved this form by now. So we see Cooler rush over to them, and he completely whacks Vegeta straight away. Vegeta has no chance. I'm saying this form is I don't even know what increase I'd give it. But Cooler's power level was close to he was at 10 billion before, so I'm going to say it's at another 10 times. So he's at 100 billion. He's at 100 billion at this point in the story. I'm really trying to make the story interesting. That's why everything seems very highballed. So then we see Vegeta run out as he starts laughing hysterically. And Cooler's very confused because he thinks that this man's done insane. As you see Vegeta, he goes out of his Super Saiyan mode. He goes Atari. And Cooler says, "That useless form, what's it gonna do against me?" As then we see Vegeta's hair flash golden, then back to the Atari mode, then Super Saiyan, then back to Atari, then Super Saiyan, back to Atari, until at one point there's a giant flash as we see Vegeta with long hair and tail. Because in this story, Goku and Vegeta never lost their tails. They never really used it. Vegeta told Goku to never look at the moon. They never really had to use it. So Vegeta just has achieved it at this point from all that training, and he goes over to Cooler, and it's a fight for the ages. As you see Cooler and Vegeta just punching each other, it sends shockwaves through the galaxy, and I'd say even close to the universe. Not actually the universe, but in the entire galaxy is starting to be destroyed. Galaxies, everywhere is starting to be destroyed. So they don't know what to do until Vegeta powers up a giant ball of purple ki. It's not a kai, it's just a ball of purple ki in his hand. As he runs over to Cooler and he says, "Die!" and shoots off this beam straight through Cooler's heart, killing the Frost Demon. And that's where we're gonna leave it off. Vegeta has reached Super Saiyan 4. Cooler came down with a much more powerful form than we've ever seen before. I'm sorry if this was a long upload, and I'm sorry my speech is just awful. But please sub. Okay, I'll see ya.